So we will see. Doug, would you please start talking as you always?
I'm sure it's working
good.
just fine, but
as I always
I don't
do,
want to have another glitch in the matrix.
Can you hear me?
We'll find out. So we will see.
Is everything coming through all right, guys?
I can hear you.
Oh,
well,
good.
of course you can.
Thank you, Captain
Would
Obvious.
you please start talking as you always?
Now save me
I'm
some
sure
money.
it's
at
working
hotel.
just fine, but
as I always
I
do.
don't want to have another
Actually, I can do that now.
I can.
glitch in the matrix.
Can you hear me?
All right.
The power.
Okay, it's coming through just fine. So last time, who would like to go and recap, please?
Well,
There we go.
so last time we ventured out. Well, I forget the name of the
Javar.
Javar, thank you. And we spent a little time there, just kind of like gathering stuff to make our trek through. Our guide did not feel comfortable sticking around for too long, so we slept for a little while, and then we got up bright and early, grabbed our camels, grabbed our gear, and we took off into the great unknown for us, out in the desert. While traveling out that way, we heard some very odd noises to us. Upon further investigation, we saw three very odd creatures, which their pronunciation is Tikling,
Tlin Kali.
Kali,
Yeah.
Khalil, whatever. Yeah, those guys. Yeah, Tlin Kali. Picking on what looked like a humanoid of some kind, or at least that's what we thought. We decided we were going to go down and help the poor creature out, and got ourselves into a bit of a snafu. Nothing we couldn't handle, but that small victory began to turn into a wicked pisser of a sandstorm, making our guide very nervous and causing us to... Yeah, and there's that too, the purple worm. That sandstorm picked up and caused us to seek shelter, which luckily our guide had the foresight to grab I don't even know what you call it, but basically
Wondrous
a
item.
hut.
Yeah.
Yeah, a wondrous item, a hut in a stone, essentially, or into a cask or whatever, and cast that bad boy, and we are now encased in this stone square building where we are waiting out the treacherous sandstorm outside.
That was a wonderful recap. All right. So, Quarrel has just shut the door. The sound of the sandstorm, the howling winds are blowing the shutters. They're vibrating the shutters on the inside, and he looks over at you all and says, "Let's not do that again, please." Oh,
Is this a common thing? I mean,
Not with us, but
the storm coming up, that was under a minute that was on top of us and raging.
Mm-hmm.
Is that common through here? Is this something...
It's like I said, I've only been here a couple times. Make an insight check, if you would, Phil.
Sure.
Why don't you take guidance on that?
I'm not sure that'll help too much, but...
Yeah. And anyone who's listening in, make a perception check. Okay, Atlas, yeah, make a perception
It
check.
depends on what the DC is. I guess you'd get at least a 12, but...
I'm not very...
So I'm also observing our friend to mimic him as well. So,
Hey!
come on. My character sheet won't load. There we go.
Oh, you said perception? Okay.
Perception.
Yeah, if you're observing him.
Where you
Alright.
be?
Yeah,
There
Xaden.
you are.
Okay.
Cool. Atlas tries to I don't know. I don't remember exactly what noises he made, but they might have been. Were they clicking noises, or what were they?
The twinkly?
No, that the tree thing makes. Because
No,
I heard
it
him.
sounds like gibberish to you. You don't know what.
But I can emulate it though, so I can echo back the things I heard him saying.
Sure.
I'm trying to get him to talk. I'm trying to talk with him as well, so I can.
All right. Well, you can only do one of these things.
Oh, what's the perception for?
Quarrel.
Yeah. Well, Coral's
He's talking, yeah.
Coral.
Okay, fine. All right, I'll do that.
All right.
Okay.
So Atlas and Exaden and Green, you notice when he's talking about the sandstorm, his hands just like slightly shaking. It's like, yes,
Alright.
yeah.
Atlas will grab his hand, like right by his face, and
What?
say, "No. Like,
Yeah, I
hold
know,
it,
but
right?
he just
And say-
reacts.
and say, the truth. We're paying you for the truth."
Yeah, but let's not harm his PTSD all of a sudden.
It's
He starts lashing out
Yeah.
at people. It's like, get away from me! Charlie's in the trees!
Jesus.
It's a long story, but as the wind continues to vibrate the shutters, he looks over at them and goes, I guess we have nothing but time right now.
I was like, enlighten us. We have nothing
Yeah.
but time.
There are small stools, like at the table over there in the corner, and he himself leans up against this. Basically, this area right here is a kitchen countertop area,
Okay.
and has cupboard and stuff. He just leans up against that. And in the center of the room, right there beside you guys, is a metal rod that seems to be pulsating with magical energy. He looks over at that and goes, whatever you do, do not touch that while we are in here.
That's the deflate button.
I'm gonna hang out by our little tree friend. I want to make sure that he doesn't stumble onto that.
Yeah, I get you. It's fine.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
So Quarrel, he takes a deep, long breath, stares off to the distance. And this is reminiscent of how I came to own this, as he points to the rod in the middle of the floor. After a sandstorm a couple months ago, the group I was leading came out of a cave, and there was an odd pathway of sorts. Not a road, but instead this rich, fertile sand that was more like rich dirt. I decided to use my judgment and follow the path until I saw a blinding light on the horizon as the sun set. We started to go that way, but as the sun set, the light just vanished. We began to travel again that way in the morning, and once the sun rose, the light was there again. As we got closer, we stumbled upon some ruins. I took it as a sign of good fortune. I went ahead of the group to scout out the area as I was paid to do. But then the sun went out in a blink of an eye. I tried to get to my group, but the storm was too fierce, and it would have killed me if I had left the building I was in. Well, this building must have been an old curiosity shop, is what I put together over the past few months, as much of the things were corroded and in ruin. But I guess not even magic scrolls can survive however long that was underwater. Or maybe they were magic. But alas, there were missing items on the shelves and things of that nature. And it looked like it had been excavated. Someone else had been here before me. But I took what I dared, and he kind of nods to the metal rod in the center of the room. And I tried to find the group, but I never was able to. So I set a course back home, rather than risk my life out here with these sudden sandstorms. So, no, this is not the first time I've encountered them. I was hoping that the last time would have been, well, the last.
Well, I guess the elephant in the room, so to speak, as well, is what are our chances of navigating now without any animals?
Not good.
It's
Slow
this
pace.
seems to be a problem.
We'll have to dump some gear, I'm sure, so we can move freely. Pour out most of our water. That's mostly what the camels were carrying.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
I mean, our
Pour
cleric,
out all of our water. No.
right? I mean, our cleric can at least create water for us, right? Maybe.
I can if I prepare it. I believe that's one of mine.
Yeah, that might be something that.
Let me look real quick. Go ahead and continue. I'm pretty sure it's something I can prepare, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You just have to delete one of your spells, and I mean, when I say delete, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I know. Unprepared one.
Yeah.
But it's not horrible. How often is this hut of wondrousness available?
I don't know.
No,
I
you never tried.
it's a third
I've
level
tried many
spell.
combinations. There's 3. I guess I should tell you at least the combination in case I fall. And he does so. He tells you that there's different combinations of these red gems that you can press on the rod. And it does a whole bunch of different things, but he only tells you the combination for the house. So you have the information.
Atlas will pick up on him saying different combinations. And attempt to get the other combinations, or what else can this rod do?
He looks at you. So far, I've had it cure battle wounds and create fire from it.
As in, like a
other
campfire or a
attempts,
fireball?
an explosion of sorts.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yes.
Atlas will ask, and that's all. And 14, yeah.
That's all.
And I think he's telling the truth.
It's unclear. Could go either way.
Well, seeing as we don't have much else to do, and actually we may want to start shifting our schedule to be traveling a bit more at night anyway.
Oh, you guys were like kind of doing half, like you were stopping around midday and setting up camp anyways, because right after noon started to get real hot, and then you would pick up camp around 9 or 10 p.m., walk until, so-and-so time. But he looks up and goes, well, I guess, not a bad time to ask for my payment again.
Hey
it's
guys,
been
since we're all
10
locked
days.
in this room,
Yeah, it's been 10 days since you last paid him. So he's like 60 gold.
I feel like we just paid him.
You did.
Well,
You
yeah,
paid him
paid
at the
him.
village, at the outpost. It's been 10 days since then.
I'll throw him the 60.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, he's just saved our lives, so.
Yeah, good point.
I'm sorry
Definitely
about the
this
camels.
Well, I'm sorry for their loss as well, but I would have been more heartbroken if any of us lost our lives.
He looks over to you, Xaden. Can you create any more whatever the fuck that camel was?
Can you create more death camels? Yeah, I can, because that's so metal.
Cam Hells, thank you.
Cam Hells, can you create more of them for us?
Only one at a time.
Can it carry the water?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Well, that solves that problem if you're okay with hiking it. It's just not going to be very pleasant. It already wasn't pleasant to begin with. I haven't bathed in 10 days. None of you have. None of you have bathed since you left the outpost.
I assume there's not a shower in this nice little house, is there?
No, there's not. And meanwhile, while Quarrel's talking about this, that little guy's like surrounded by you all, and
You're just like,
mama. It sounds like gibberish to you all.
Atlas will echo it back to him and see what he does.
He just gives you a weird look and repeats the same thing back to you. And you guys,
And so,
Super useful.
so he spoke no primordial, right?
correct. It's Sylvan.
It was so where the I could have swore something spoke primordial. Was it the Tilakar?
The Tlinkali. Well, they spoke their own
Tlinkali.
dialect. They spoke Tlinkali.
Okay,
I just kind of
understood.
gave you that one. So
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Sweet. Well, then I stopped talking. Pat him on the head.
he just kind of looks around, and he seems to be content being here. You guys gave him water, which he seemed to absorb through his bark, and didn't kill him. So currently, he's just kind of sitting around the room.
Are you giving us our own Groot right now? Because I love it. Well, I will be upset if he becomes a baby version and just steals the show. All right, we have live cast here.
Yeah, okay. I got you. No worries. No worries on that. So yeah, so right now you guys can't understand him. Greem, are you going to change out your spells at all?
yeah. Do we feel like we need to create food and water?
One of them, although it's a fairly high level spell, isn't it?
It's third.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, what is our reserves looking like?
They're about like half gone. Like he's super prepared for a long desert hike. You guys have been 10 days without finding an oasis, so.
Because if I'm gonna do that, then I'll just take away bestow curse for now.
And the thing is, you
and
could
then-
take away a first level spell as well. It doesn't. You
Yeah,
don't
I
have to take away a third. You know,
I could do that too.
because you just, yeah. You can have you could have all your spells prepared be 5th level spells, but you could only cast the two 5th level spells. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what you get rid of.
Well, I was thinking about getting tongue, so we could try to talk to our little guy.
You want
It's
him
not
to
horrible.
give you tongue? No, just
Yeah, give me some tongue.
doesn't look like he has one.
Sounds it sounds splintery and unpleasant.
Yeah. So, let's see here.
Yeah, I was.
Mind if
So
I
go ahead.
go?
I'll
well,
change out a few.
Mind if I go to the spells tab on your sheet?
No, you're good, man.
All right. I'm just seeing what you have.
I already added it, by the way, but it is unprepared. So
Okay.
I was just-
Okay.
I was gonna go
So-
ahead tongue as well, so I could
Yeah.
tongues as well, so I could have it.
So, yeah, whatever you want to trade out, just trade it out. I'll close the sheet now. So yeah, what do you want to do?
I mean, I think we're good to just rest, and then if you want to try talking to this thing, not the worst idea. It may know the grounds better than we do. It may know the ruins we're looking for.
Right.
Yeah, I think talking to this is a pretty good idea.
You guys mean magically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk with it. Okay, cool. Perfect.
I mean, I'm sure it really likes you repeating everything it says. That usually.
Yeah, no, I was clarifying. I was like, all right, so I can't actually talk to it. So.
I mean, you can't really
yes.
talk to
About
it.
you, Atlas.
See, tongues is a 3rd level spell as well. I
Yeah.
mean, for now, I could get rid of.
Get rid of inflict wounds.
I mean, I can cast it too. create food and water, so I could pick it up if you really need your spell slots.
I would like to use instead of create food and water. I'd like to use tongues so that we could try to speak with
All
this
right,
poor
so
guy.
yeah, we'll just split up the utility for the party. You take tongues, I'll take create food and water.
That'll work.
All right, what are you
And
getting?
then I will cast that by touching.
All right. What are you getting rid of?
Blind Spite. There's a bunch of stuff on my sheet that I'm taking that isn't on the builder, so I've got a list.
Yeah.
Right. I took away Bestow Curse to get
Okay.
that at the 3rd level, just because I don't really use it.
Yeah.
It's a touch,
And just
so
remember,
I'm not going to get that.
Yeah, just remember you don't have to get rid of a 3rd level to replace a 3rd level.
Yeah, but I don't
Okay.
use Bestow Curse, so I might as well just,
Sounds good.
replace and use. But I will go ahead and cast Tongues on Anios whenever I get sorry.
Anos.
No, I'm sorry, brother, not you. Atlas,
Yeah, he's the diplomacy guy.
What's up?
to go ahead and speak to him, which I will cast now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna swap instead of swapping out Blinding Smite, I'm gonna swap out Branding Smite.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. All of a sudden, Atlas, you hear it say. You just hear it singing like a weird little song about water and earth.
It's like you guys are gonna
can understand
die.
it.
Okay, how long does the spell last?
1 hour.
I just listen for a minute. I don't want him to know that
He keeps going.
he's just singing. And then I make the noises that he said earlier, which I probably understand now what he said.
Yeah,
when I
you
say
just
it out loud, maybe.
retroactively understand what he said in your mind. It's
Okay.
He basically said, "Who are you? Help me! Don't touch me! I'll follow you guys." Things like that. Real simple sentences.
I tell him, do not be alarmed.
Woo! You understand? You understand?
For a short period of time, so it's best we get straight to the point.
Yes.
You said help me earlier. What did you mean by that?
Help?
Help? Help you how?
You were the things. The things were killing me. Or trying. Oh my God, that's loud.
Oh, that is really loud.
Where do those horses come from?
What's your name, friend? We got rid of the Tlinkali.
Oh. Name.
How do you self-identify?
You look like a Frank to me.
My name is I know it. It starts with an A. It's been so long. It's been so long since I've had to go by name.
Yeah.
Sorry,
He's going to make a history check real quick.
Okay.
He's gonna make a history check?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't
He
remember.
has no idea what his name is.
So I tell the group, I'm like, he doesn't know what his own name is. He doesn't recall.
Starts with an A. An A.
Um,
Can I make a history check?
So I tell them-
no. You can't, no. No, not that.
I tell him it's all right. Maybe it'll come to you.
Okay.
So were those Tlinkali trying to enslave you? What was happening there?
It's a game, I think. Maybe their young ones were practicing on me, I think. While
Those are young.
A senior one was looking over them, I think, from what I gathered. It's okay. I can't be killed, so it's fine.
You don't. You
Well,
can't be
unless you
killed.
have fire. Then in that case, I might be able to die. I don't know. I think.
Never tried it.
Yeah, I've never tried to die.
I would not recommend it, friend.
Oh, you have?
One too many times.
Ooh.
So, where do you call home out here in this vast desert?
Desert? It's not used to be desert. I remember that. Well, kind of.
You kind of remember it kind of used to be a desert.
Some parts
I can
were.
only kind of understand you.
No, it's
So
cool.
never mind.
I'll
I
translate.
was
that's
from
fine.
a green area in a water hole, surrounded by trees. Very pretty.
So you really,
Yeah,
I
it sounds
think.
nice.
so you're looking to get out of the desert then, I'd imagine. This place is not too
Well, I've been
great
underwater
for
for
your
about
moisturizing.
1,000 years. But
Whoa. How's
Interesting.
that?
well,
Why is everything
this
so
land
ancient
used
here?
to be underwater.
What is your species called?
I don't know.
Species.
Do you have family?
Oh. No. She gone.
The hell's the name of the one? And I mean, I said
Ortok.
bring him along with us, at least Ortok. If nothing else, we introduce him to Ortok, and that may not be the worst, in terms of motivation for getting him. Even though he said he'd stay with us, Atlas, convincing him that there's something that's similar to him, but just much, much bigger.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll translate.
see,
Bigger.
see what you could
Bigger than me? What is it?
Much bigger. Big tree. Big tree.
Big bada boom.
Big friendly tree.
I like friendly. Like you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is. I'm not going to tell about the other tree that's not friendly.
Yeah, no, let's ignore that
I'm
one.
just going to tell him just the friendly tree.
I think.
So I tell him that I will only be able to talk for like an hour or so.
Yeah, it's
right?
been like
and
5 minutes at this point.
yeah. So maybe we should figure out some hand signs, something like that, some sign language to communicate, stop, fight, retreat, those kind of things. And I think it's probably useful to spend some time going over
Yeah,
some
you
basic.
spend like the next few minutes like stop, like
Yep.
go.
Hammer time.
Yeah, hammer time.
Okay.
Jack. No.
Stop.
Jacking it off.
And listen.
Yeah. So you figure out those hand signs.
Okay.
But he's like, he starts singing all of a sudden while you can still understand him, and he starts singing about some type of grove of trees. They seem to be magical trees.
Before we lose our ability, Atlas, we do want to see if he knows where the ruins we're looking for lie. If he knows this desert at all, knows where they might be.
So I ask him if he knows where his old home was too.
It was by the library of Taiatun.
We happen to be looking for the library as well.
Oh.
Would you be able to show us where that is?
Show you. Yes. Of course I will.
Okay.
Show you.
And then the ruins I'm expecting are not the same exact thing as the library.
He starts going
though, right,
through the
Matt?
cupboards. Like, yeah. He starts
There
going
are
through the
cupboards
cupboards. He's like, he pulls out a cup, sniffs it. I remember these.
I ask him about the
think-
ruins
Well, like,
specifically.
you
then.
remember like that one specifically, or remember cups in general?
Cups. Yes, that's the word.
Oh, kind of excited. A
Yeah.
is for Aardvark.
Yeah. Yeah. Aardvark. Huh.
Was that right?
No,
Aardvark?
that's not it.
Oh,
Well, that's what we're gonna call you till you remember. Okay?
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
I was just gonna call him A.
A. All right.
A.
A works.
Hey,
Okay. So where are the ruins specifically? Are they close to the
Oh,
library of
there's-
Taiatun?
no, probably on top. I mean, below us right now. There's ruins
You know
all
where it
over the
is.
place.
The,
But like,
the library specifically.
The library?
Let's,
oh, we close. We're close. Real close.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's where we're looking to go.
how close is real close?
Day? 2 day?
I kind of want to gauge Carl while we're having this conversation openly. Does he seem with us in terms of in the room talking with this thing, and B, does he seem to think that we're also close?
what do you mean with us?
Like
He's-
he's staring off in the distance. Yeah.
Thank you. Matt knows what I was
Okay.
talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. He's staring off in the distance. He's not really like mentally with the conversation. Just like
I'm gonna walk over there and I'm gonna hand him some some of my smoke.
Oh,
I look at him and I'm like, take a deep one.
Wait, are you hotboxing us in here?
Yep. That's what he's doing. So yeah, he takes your smoke. He seems to appreciate it, and he
better.
He
There's
tells
some of
you.
that shit I smoked out from that those nymphs or whatever.
Yeah, you're running real low on stuff.
Oh yeah, I know.
But
I need to resupply.
he looks at you.
He'll open a window.
Yeah, he sees you go to the windows. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. But thank you. This group is much more capable than the last few groups I've led places.
Yes, brother, I would say the same. As we're able to hold our own.
That's good. Real good. Is it?
You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No. You first.
You know, if you ever need to talk, we're here to listen.
Well, I just told you what I know. I think. Told you more than I should have.
I meant you.
Oh.
If you ever need to talk,
Oh. Okay.
we're here.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Persuasion?
Persuasione.
Not my best, but not
He
bad.
looks at you and goes, I'll keep it in
Ain't
mind.
half bad. Of course, it ain't half good neither.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep it in mind. Meanwhile, the other conversation. Yeah. Anything else you want to ask the little guy?
So, is there anything else of interest around here? We know about the ruin and the library. Is there any other fun place to explore?
I like everything. I like nature, so I stay away from the ruins. Yes. And he pulls out a plate and he goes, plate. Yes.
That's correct.
Ha.
Is there any cool like healing pools, dryads, any
Dryads.
dryads? Yeah. Do you
No,
do you know where
she's-
some dryads are?
She's dead.
Aw, I'm sorry, buddy. What was her name?
I don't know. I just know there was someone.
I asked him. Oh, go ahead.
The nest of that purple worm.
So what I was going to ask is, what is the meanest thing you've seen out here? He has like a childlike innocence, right? I'm not being
Yeah,
condescending.
for the most part.
I'm-
Yeah.
okay. All right,
I
cool.
agree. That worm thing, but bigger.
Wow. Okay. What's like the second meanest thing? Huh?
Those scorpion things.
And that's pretty much it. Nothing else you've run into that's frightening.
Giants?
Giants.
But they're friendly.
Giants are friendly.
Oh.
I asked him, does he know where the purple worms live?
Everywhere.
Terrask is usually game over, man.
Jesus, that's frightening. Oh,
Yeah, man.
everywhere. Literally outside this door, just waiting for us. It's fine, don't worry about it.
It's like right there.
There's one in here right now.
Woo!
Do you know where the giants live?
No, just travel. They travel. Met them once. Long
Cool, cool.
ago, though.
Anybody else? Long ago.
Well,
Real long ago.
This place was.
I mean, Atlas, are you
Ocean?
looking for something else? Sorry.
So this place was underwater for a long time, right?
Yeah. Most of the world was. It only got risen
Nah.
with Fell's little thing.
So I'm asking him, did he know the giants when this place was underwater or before it was underwater?
He looks while you're talking to Atlas about it, and Atlas says, before water, yes.
Long time ago.
Long
time.
Probably don't need to worry about.
Don't have to worry about the giants. When's the last time you saw humans like us? Or humanoids,
Saw?
I guess.
Or they saw me.
Both. It sounds like the answers are different.
Well, one's today. And
Good.
while
Little
he's
smart
talking to you,
ass.
he kind of goes over to you, Aenos, looks at the mask, tries to just poke it.
I
And
kind
then-
of
yeah.
try and shift out of the way.
Oh.
Brother.
And then he has a shield. His arm is a shield. It goes to a point, and then there's a shield there. He's not holding on to anything, by the way. His arm is a shield. And then it dissolves. Well, it doesn't dissolve. It kind of retracts into his arm and just knocks on his own face and then points to you and says brothers to you, but only Atlas can understand.
You're like, I don't know what you are.
I just keep staring at him.
Yeah, okay.
I announce to Aenos and I say, it seems he thinks you're family, the wooden face and all.
Tell him no.
And I tell him, no, I tell him I'm like Aenos needs to warm up a bit,
Yeah.
and
Well, he's
I
still
think you're the
human.
guy to do it. You're
So?
the guy to do it, I think.
He's still human. I understand.
What do you mean still?
There we go.
human?
And all of a sudden,
Oh,
the spell starts
come on.
wearing off.
He's like, bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Starts doing some scat.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
All
All right. Are we?
Yeah, you guys do a long rest. And by the way, Green, he seemed cautious to you. But yeah, that's all you gain from that. But yeah, you guys take a long rest. If you haven't already clicked the long rest button, do it now. And as you're going to sleep, the sandstorm seems to fade. But Quarrel just looks over. It's better in here than out there. And so he just goes to sleep. Everyone else did the same?
Yep.
Okay. You all go to sleep. Next day. That's the date. All right. So, everyone wakes up. Quarrel finds some pickled eggs in his packs and some cured bacon, and whips everyone up some breakfast.
Delicious.
Right on.
Yeah. And then he goes, so it's time to get out now.
Yep.
Everyone please stand far back.
Okay.
Damn back.
I haven't really worked out the kinks of this item yet. So I don't really know a proper way to close it. So I just run as fast as I can in there and run as fast as I can out. And I haven't died yet, so.
Well, that's good.
I'm good.
This is the thing that's about to happen, so
Yep.
Oh, it's magical. Yeah, so I'm gonna
Alright.
move out and just be like, "Oh, step back! We got
Yeah.
a badass here."
So Quarrel goes over here. Yeah, I assume you go out. And you see Carl leave the door open. And he seems to pull out a stick. And he's like right by the door. And he seems to press one of the gems on the rod and just immediately jump out there. And as soon as he clears the doorway, the house kind of just sucks back into the rod.
all right.
And he goes over and picks it up. Oh, that was successful again. I don't like to do that too often. It's my fourth time ever doing that. So
Yeah, you see,
I would,
really not
I would
crush.
imagine.
yeah,
I would imagine
Not
the thing
crushed.
knows when there's something in there. I guess.
I don't know. It doesn't seem to know it when I put it in the damn ground.
Oh well, it seemed to do that when you cleared the door, so I was just guessing.
I don't know. I don't want to test it out.
4 out
So-
of 4 is not bad odds. So.
Yeah, not bad. If it was 3 out of 4, I don't think I'd be here right now.
That's right.
I mean, I can bring someone back from dead if we have a
That's
volunteer.
true. That's true.
Hey, look, we have a volunteer.
So,
So so
as-
let's
yeah,
get in that direction.
actually, as you exit, you notice something that reminds you of Quarl's story. As the storm subsides, there is a dark pathway of what seems to be like wet sand laid out before you.
Quicksand.
And Quarl goes, "That's how we found the light the last time."
Hmm.
I guess let's go. And
Let's do this.
he puts the bags on the camel and leads the way along the dark path.
But is
What?
he leading or is A leading?
I mean, A's kind of
A
like
knows.
walking beside him, just like.
Hopefully we communicated that
Yeah,
well enough.
yeah. There's a couple points when Quarl's like going this way and A's going that way, and Quarl looks at him. They just kind of look at each other, and Quarl begrudgingly steps off the path a little bit. But you always seem to connect back to the path eventually. And
Okay.
sure enough, on the horizon, you suddenly see an almost blinding light. As you draw closer towards the end of the day, it seems to be a shape of some kind that no one can make out yet. You're still too far away. As he announces that it is time to rest. And he sets up the tents. And, another day passes. And then the next day, does anyone else want to do anything at camp, or are we good to just keep going?
Are we at dawn?
I spend more time on an identity.
Yeah,
but other
it's-
than that,
It's been dawn already. Yeah, your stuff recharges.
Well, I think it's only a D6, right?
Yeah, it's a
Almost
D6.
positive
So.
it is.
I'm gonna swap out some spells real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Since I already have the Cam Hell, I can swap out Find Steed.
Yep.
And
Yeah. So as you do that, you guys just do that. You can take a long rest. You swap out spells that you, if you can, which the cleric and paladin can. As the next day, as you get closer, you can tell that it is an enormous gold monument. Well, not quite a monument, actually. It's some sort of cone that seems to be rounded at the sides and goes to a steep point at the top. Maybe some type of old design of a roof. As you draw closer still, most of the building is actually covered in sand, but there does seem to be a large hallway of sorts. It's like a large platform that has a bunch of pillars supporting this huge roof. As you approach it, you notice what seem to be doors a few hundred feet off in the distance. And to see doors at this far away, they must be... You can just tell that they're pretty enormous. What do you guys want to do?
I head straight for the doors.
Approach cautiously. I mean, if Aenos wants to lead this, that's fine, but I'm...
Alright, Aenos plods off.
I'd like to move slow.
Alright.
I am going to draw a weapon.
I would like to speak friend and enter.
Exaden, as you
Yeah.
approach the temple, not the temple, the this giant monument, this great hallway, your weapon starts to make a humming noise as you look at it. Some of the faint yellow lines on the pommel and hilt and the runes alongside the blade light up a bright yellow.
Sword that reacts to giants, big doors. I think we're all right, guys. I'm not getting anything from this.
I agree.
Oh god.
Yeah. So
The party doesn't need to know.
yeah, nah.
What about the
Everyone can
XP?
see it. Everyone can see it.
Yeah, I know.
It's his sword is glowing. But Aenos, you plot off to the doors, and as you approach, the doors are quite large, and there's all these pillars that are holding up this gigantic roof, and they're massive marble pillars that some of them seem to be broken or dissolved some way. But as you approach the entrance, you notice the doors are made out of copper, though partially oxidized, and one of the doors is blocked by sand, and they stand about 20 feet tall, and each door is about 10 feet wide.
Does it look like the doors have been used ever? Like, is there kind of a path that sand might have been pushed out of the way of?
Make perception check. Low DC, easy, DC 10.
Well, I've got a +0, so... Oh, I did
There
it.
you go. It does look like the left door has been opened. You can't tell how recently, but it looks like the past couple months, maybe a little bit longer, maybe shorter.
Any tracks nearby?
You're looking down for tracks, and you do see tracks.
I see tracks.
Giant tracks, literally
You see,
giant tracks. I assume.
It's hard to make out because the way the sand is, it blows everywhere,
Right.
and you can barely make out a giant footprint. Yes, but there also seem to be other ones, humanoid, but none going out of the library.
How big is giant? I mean, are we?
Giant. This footprint is about almost the size of you.
Oh, that's really big.
Yeah, that's a big giant.
That's.
This ain't no hill giant.
No. All right. Well, I'll point that out to the group. And
Okay. Yeah, you're following back behind. Aenos just kind of went up there. He's at the door. Aenos, you notice that you could probably open the left door, but it might take some effort.
All right. I'm going to give it a shove.
All right.
So I'll do.
I'll help him.
Okay. Well, all right.
well, do we want a tongues on Atlas first? And I mean,
well,
Not just that, right?
Aenos
Definitely
is
that, but also.
Aenos is up
Grim.
there alone right now. You guys are behind him as you start to see him start pushing on the door.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah. I mean, if that's what he's doing, then that's what he's doing.
Yep.
But I was gonna ask Grim if he'd wear a cloak, because, no offense, but they hate you. So.
Not necessarily.
They hate me.
Don't they? Giants and dwarves just don't get along, though.
No, that's orcs
Make a history check.
mostly.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Make
Can I
a
make a history check?
make a history check on what dwarfs get along with.
What?
The
Yeah.
dwarves,
Exaden.
dwarves have
You
I love everyone.
you
quite literally. Dwarves have a book of
Yeah.
grudges that
Yeah.
they keep, and they write that shit down. So if a somebody has done them
Exaden
wrong,
has heard of
they
it.
hold it,
He's
but-
read this before, or at least he's heard it. Mind flayers are probably their number one enemy, but giants
giants?
are lower on the list.
Oh.
It
It's just
seems.
a huge tome that has mind flayers at the top, at the middle are giants, and then below that, pompous elves.
No,
Yeah,
it's giants are like towards the bottom. Like there's been run-ins with the giants, but there haven't been any big feuds in, as far as you know, in a very, very long time since the Wondrous Age of Wonders. Exaden knows that.
Great Book of Grudges.
Yeah. Number 1, mind flayers. Right below that, orcs and goblins.
Number 1, mind flayers. Number 2, orcs and goblins. Number 3, everyone taller than 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's not forget that I don't always think like my kin.
Yeah. And you're not sure why the mind flayers. Like, everyone else is trying to think on the same thing. You don't recall mind flayers ever being a thing, but Xaden, you remember. You remember something about mind flayers being a hated enemy, but you don't recall why. Green might know if you ask him sometime.
If I know what a mind flayer is, I'm pretty sure I don't need to know why.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like mind flayers, and what is a mind flayer? I think they're bad aberration things. You know, you're a paladin, so you know the essence of what they are, but not much about their history or lore. But anyways, Anos, back to you. As the group is now about 100 feet behind you, you're pushing, and finally the door.
I mean, Graham, it's up to you if you want to get a quick tongues in on Atlas. Otherwise, I mean, we can go in bows blazing. But
No, I can do that for him.
I'm just thinking it's at least a shot of not just going in and starting a massive war.
Maybe we should cast it until we've encountered something to cast it on.
True, but I can do that whenever it happens. Yeah. It's just it's an action for me to touch him, and anything he hears, he understands.
Yeah.
Also, next time we want to talk to the little guy, we should cast tongues on him.
Yeah, so he could understand.
That's not a horrible idea.
That's a good one.
All right. So, Anos, do you wait for the party? It is pitch black in there. Aside from the,
I just kind of turn to them. I'm just looking at them, waiting for them to follow.
Yeah, and the sun is almost set now. Like you have, you went past the normal time that you normally rest at because of the blinding light on the horizon. But you reached it there. It was just very, very. It's starting to get dark. All right. So Anos waits up for you, and you guys see what he did. 2 big copper doors, partially oxidized. One is now almost open all the way. He opened it about 10 feet. And the other door is covered in sand. And most of this building, in parts, there's sand up to the top. And you've noticed also that every now and then you see a lot of little bones of like fish and other entities. You think maybe whenever the land risen, because it was under ocean for so long, it brought up all the sea life, and they died and decayed, or got eaten by vultures.
Is there any sigils or religious symbols or anything else like that?
Yeah, as you're okay, so now you're going in, and you don't notice any sigils or anything like that. Just a lot of decoration, like a lot of abstract lines that are quite beautiful, actually. I can just go back to the world map to show whereabouts we are. Whereabouts. You just went a little bit further. So, but yeah, you don't notice any sigils or anything like that. But inside this immediate area seems like it was is probably. Oh wait, no. Let's see if this was. Yep. Turned up all the way for some reason. Okay. It seems like some type of entry room, although it's very massive and pitch black once you get past the doorway. Those of you that have dark vision, you can see within, which is everyone except for Zach, but Zach has a goggle thing, and Anos, because he's a human. Anos, do you light up a torch or anything?
Yeah, I suppose I will.
It's pitch black. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
All right. You light up a torch, and you thought the outside was massive. The ceiling here is insanely tall with huge, massive marble pillars. There's jade tiles on the bottom that seem to be weathered a little bit. But as you walk in, it's empty. And there's no other noises that you can tell.
Is there a lot of sand along the floor?
Oh.
It's clean?
Who's using shape scripts right now? Anyone?
Shape scripts?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Never mind. I guess I don't know what's going on. Whatever.
What is shape script?
It's forget about it.
Okay. Forgot.
I just errors popped up. All right. Yeah. What is everyone doing?
So, do you guys want me to stealth ahead, scope it out, report back?
There could be traps. You should keep an eye out on the front.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So you're just in front of the party though. You're not scouting ahead.
I'd go. If Anos has a torch, I want to be 60 feet away at least.
Okay.
But I mean, I'll roll stealth and all that once we're ready to go. We might want to chat it out a bit. What our approach is here. If we run into giants,
The sword's still glowing, by the way.
yeah, sword's still going.
If they're within a mile, though, I mean, they
Yeah.
I mean,
I think if they're either giants and they're barbarians, or they've taken up, refuge in a library for a reason. So I think we should go for the truth, which is we're seeking knowledge, that we're here because of its historic legacy, not to cause it harm. And so I hope that if we can just be honest, that perhaps they would let us study here as well. That's the goal. And I don't think, as we discussed, we don't have anybody in our party that would just offset them, right? And they're either, taking up refuge here because it's easy to fortify and, that kind of a thing, or they want the library.
is there any chance of hiding Ixaden's weapon, though? I mean, because apparently the giant bane thing...
The thing about the weapon is even if it's sheathed, it emanates a light that would be visible at the top of the sheath, right? I mean, you could hide the runes, but it would still shine.
Okay.
You just wrap it or something? I mean, the only thing I worry about is I don't want to set them off. I'm not sure what these runes say, but they might, if they trigger giants, that's probably not the best way to start conversation.
Well,
But,
Excuse me.
Could I disguise the weapon?
I mean, yeah.
Disguise kit?
Well, you could. I mean, not really. No. I mean, you could wrap cloth around it and conceal as much as you could of the ruins, if Ixaden allowed you to.
yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you guys wrap the weapon in cloth, and
Do you want me to roll or anything?
no,
like that?
no
Okay.
need. It's a pretty simple, mundane task. You guys. Well, Atlas, you're 60 feet ahead of the party. Make a perception check as you're scouting things out.
So that's my stealth score.
The party is pretty much not stealthy because of a torch. So don't, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that's why I'm far enough away that it can't reach me. So cool.
Okay. Pillars. They're crazy tall pillars up here.
If I feel the ground. Oh, go
Okay.
ahead. Do I
You
feel
feel the
vibrations in
ground, and all of a sudden a wind strikes you. Not like a sudden wall of force, but just a
Yeah.
slight breeze all of a sudden. And it's coming from your top left, to the left of you and above.
I am an air genasi. So, feeling that wind, and I'm just trying to kind of figure it out. Does it feel like it's just a draft through the cage? Or, like, does it have a smell to it?
It has a
have
smell.
temperature?
Yeah, it has a smell.
smells
And a
like-
temperature.
I kind of assumed it's giant breath, isn't it?
Yeah, like you're
Giant
looking
breath.
around and you don't see any giant though.
If I look above, are they up on the pillars above me?
No. You don't see anything. Like you just see pillars.
And nothing's moving. Can I hear the breathing of anything?
Make a no. No, you can't.
Well, so I mean, the whole point is I feel this air, right? I'm
Yeah, you feel the
stopping,
air.
and I
You're-
feel like I would just keep perceiving
Yeah,
and perceiving.
well, make an
until I heard
investigation
something,
check.
right?
Now you're trying to find out where it is. And wisdom saving throw, if you would. Okay. Oh, saving throw. Do you have any additions to saving throws, or is it the same?
No.
Okay.
No, just +0.
All of a sudden, you're looking at a pillar. You look across the same pillar, and then the same pillar again, and something's not right about this pillar. An image begins to shimmer and go away, and you see a giant with a smile on its face, and it's holding a two-toned mask, and it has its finger up like this, as if it's telling you to be quiet, and it gives you a wink. And this thing is
okay.
about 23 feet tall.
Okay. All right. 23 feet tall. I can't see color, right? Because it's just dark
Yeah.
vision. So he's gray or whatever.
Yeah.
He's smiling and holding a two-toned mask.
Like, one part is black, the other part is
Okay.
white. On the white side, there's a devilish grin. On the other side, there's a snarl.